Welcome to the Age of Aquarius. This reading is for Saturday, March the 4th. I do hope you're enjoying your weekend. The astrology is showing Venus lining up with the wounded warrior in Aries. So, based on what my readings were saying, Venus is mothering energy. So some of you dealing with either pets, and it's likely a male. That's what was being picked up in the readings. Someone that needs your advice, but remember from yesterday, don't go rushing in to save them. Yeah, it's interesting, but yeah, she's had her snuggle fest with Jupiter and Aries, and now she's lined up with Chiron. So she's moved on to the mothering energy, mothering somebody that's wounded. You got to be careful about how you go about that. Also, right now, Geminis are highly affected because of Mars still sitting there. We can't wait for that to go away. Because Mars has been in there forever and a day, and it's caused a lot of problems. And then we have when it moves into Cancer, that water energy, that'll definitely cool Mars's jets big time. So Mercury ruled signs getting their jets cooled. When that happens, that was confirmation. Then we have Leos. I do hope you're managing to keep your cool and your balance, because you have, over the weekend I said that the moon's going to be traversing tropically Leo and Virgo. And so the wounded warrior could be a Leo or a Virgo or a Gemini. Those are the more likely, not that it's written in stone, but most likely. Mercury ruled signs and possibly fire signs. So we're looking at Aries, Sag, and Leo. Okay. But that seems to be the theme of the weekend, and it's going on in the astrology in the grand machine above our heads. And it's also in the cards. And the cards definitely reflect what's going on with the astrology. Anyway, I wanted to do some fun cards. Remember I said I had some new ones. I already had this set that I've only used, I think, one time. It's the Guardian of the Night. And I ordered some kind of a pairing, so to speak, oracle deck to go with it, with the animals. I just loved it, and that's Woodland Wardens. We got the deer and oat, which is healing. So this is a weekend to relax, recharge as much as you can. So we'll read about this particular card. The shy and gentle fallow deer is known for its white spots and the broad velvety antlers it sheds and regrows each year. Similarly, oats are symbols of restorative nutrition. Even in poor soil, oats can flourish, providing hearty subsistence. Okay, we're going to read both the upright version and the reversed version, because this may apply to, because this reading's for everybody. This could apply to you depending on your circumstances and timeline. In the upright position, this is rest and recharge. Moderation and mindfulness are key as you recover from trauma or a period of intense exertion. Okay. Reversed, you may be feeling overwhelmed and in need of a break. Consider withdrawing for a while to heal in isolation. So going all hermit style. There we go, hermit. Mercury ruled sign, Virgo. That card represents it. So that's coming out there too. And then the card asks, how do I rest and recharge? And what practices nourish my soul? Giving good advice, but letting others grow. There we go with the whole Mercury thing, because Mercury is indeed, some people are having problems with their speech, and Mercury just can't, is in Aquarius right now, and it will be heading into Pisces as we speak. So people with a lot of Aquarius in their chart probably may have been having some speech or communication problems. Just saying. Okay, because it doesn't have to be retrograde for that to affect you a bit when the messenger is around. Okay. So there's that. And I forgot to mention, I had mentioned in the reading about storms and a fireball that was going to be seen. And indeed, over Japan, one was spotted, and one was spotted over the Bay Area in California. So the reading was spot on for storms and the like. Now, I didn't check on solar storms and stuff. I'll let you guys play that game if you want to go see how accurate I am. Anyway, but we did have fireballs, 2 of them, one in Japan, one in the Bay Area, just as I said for yesterday. And storms were definitely a theme. We had them here, and a good deal of the country's having them. So anyway, I digress. Let's get on with the reading. So this healing energy, it definitely brought up Virgo in here because it was talking about hermiting, right? Then I got this card originally, and then when I set the cards down, the deck kept telling me to take the card where the split happened that was just below this one. And I pulled it out, and it was 5 of Wands. And we're going to read from the book, but I'm also going to tell you a couple of other stories that I see here happening. But let's look at the Chariot card. And you notice we have a honey badger. Reminds me, honey badger Wolverine is very much related to the badgers. Very fierce competitors, right? So we have a fierce competitor. And that could be what you need to heal and rest from. But I also feel like this energy is something that's coming up. So do your best to get as much rest and nourish your body appropriately. And since it's talking about oats, I would suggest maybe putting some of that into your weekend in a oatmeal cookie or some just nice cooked oats with some dried sugared dates and a little organic brown sugar or something. Maple syrup, or some really good local unpasteurized bee honey or something like that. Not medical advice. Just sounds like it might be good and filling and kind of comfort food, so to speak. Anyway, so the Chariot card in this deck. Do you remember all those honey badger don't care memes going around? I don't, because I'm not big on Facebook or any of that stuff at all. So you guys might remember it. I have no idea. When it came to create the chariot, those memes came to mind instantly. The honey badger doesn't quit. It takes what it wants, and it does so without giving a damn. Interesting. I'm getting notifications, and it's 12:11, the 11th. And do you hear that? I was getting 12:12 for a couple days in a row, and now we're looking at 12:11. Okay. Anyway, I digress. I pay attention to all the signs going on around me. Everything that happens is part of the reading. Wow. Yeah. They're doubling down. Okay. The honey badger brings an energy that is of brute force and pure determination. The honey badger rushes in without a single care in the world, and right now you might benefit from adding a little of its energy to your situation. Have courage, build up the drive to move forward without overanalyzing the situation. Of course, this energy comes with a caveat. You need to understand how to rein it in, how to harness that power so that it doesn't lead you on a collision course caused by making rash or impulsive decisions. Remember, we had a Knight of Wands coming in. Remember the Prince of Wands. And in that deck, they have prince and princesses. So this is a male energy or somebody carrying very heavy masculine energy. It's a honey badger. Okay? So somebody that's impulsive, possibly. Okay? And it feels like they want to have a fight. And you're in this mode. And you need to stay in that mode. Either that or they're struggling. Okay? But I'll tell you what else I'm picking up in the cards in a minute. So no impulsive decisions over the weekend if you can please help it. So if you're on the other side of this reading and you are that male or somebody carrying heavy male energy that's racing in impulsively to do something, don't. Okay? I remember the last one was like, don't impulsively rush in to try to save something, because that could be a fatal move. The death card came up with the Tower. And it's really sad because when I was looking up the fireballs, I saw that a firefighter had rushed into a building that was on fire and got caught in the fireball, and he died because he impulsively rushed in and didn't hesitate for a minute. And yes, firefighters are trained to go racing in, but think first. Okay? That's the message here for those of you that are on this energy. Okay? Because that's not good energy if you're not using the thinker at the same time that passion hits you. Right? The honey badger's powerful energy comes forward to help you develop your confidence and ignite passion and drive. You will find when the honey badger is near, your ability to understand what needs to be done becomes much more evident as the impulse to act grows stronger. Independence grows. You are self-reliant and capable of any challenge that may come your way. Honey badger is about grit, focus, independence, and healing. Here we have the healing. Okay? So overcoming those impulses. And then we have the Five of Wands. And I'll read from the book on this, but I'm picking up more going on here. You know those days when you wake with a plan only to throw it in the garbage because apparently the universe didn't get the memo? Yeah, I know those days. I bet you guys do too. Your day is spent putting out fires. See, there we go. We're talking about fires. Dealing with things that seem to have popped up out of nowhere. And just as you think you have everything done, something else arises to steal you away. You may experience one of those days that leaves you feeling as though every person you encounter has a different opinion and no one can seem to agree. Yeah, so a little struggling going on here. The Five of Wands implies that you will discover some drama due to petty debates, demands, or just life. If you are one to look on the bright side, this may be an excellent opportunity to get some outside perspective or slow down. The idea of a beaver working tirelessly to create a home while contending with the rough waters came to mind while making the Five of Wands. I just thought about this poor creature being at the mercy of something so overpowering and uncontrollable, yet at the same time unfettered and focused on staying on task. The beaver is a wise master builder who offers us the wisdom of constructing boundaries that will ensure that we stay on task. Like the dams they build, you may need to slow down a bit, practice a little restraint, and not let every impulse or desire to act break through. Beaver, construction, boundaries, determination, creativity, and having fortitude. Now, it's interesting because when I was getting that energy arcing through the sky and I knew it was a fireball, um, and we indeed had two of them that were reported. Also, I was picking up with that arcing energy. I felt like the bridge, and there's the Bay Area Bridge, kind of an arcing bridge, right? But I also remember I picked up on a dam. Remember that? I picked up on a dam. And like levee breaking, dam breaking, flooding. And I still feel this. There's people that are going to be tempted to rush in to try to save people from whatever this is. Stay extremely focused and determined, but definitely don't be impulsive. Or it's funny because just recently I was talking about, well, that reading I did about don't rescue somebody. Don't rush in and rescue them. This can be very much that energy, just like that firefighter in the news that I just happened to catch a glance of that reporting. Sometimes rushing in isn't more foolhardy. It's more the fool card, right? Being too impulsive. So be very careful. Don't act or overreact. Okay. Use strong, sure, steadfast determination and focus, and really be aware of your surroundings. See how the badger. There's several things that came to me when I looked at these cards. Like I said, I'm not just somebody that's going to read from a book to you. I want you to be prepared. This is a survival guide in the age of Aquarius for all of you. And whether you're the one that's trying to have some peace and heal, or someone trying to heal from an event such as this, or if you're the one that's impulsive and you need somebody that's more steadfast to hold you back and advise you, possibly. Either way, it doesn't matter. But I'm picking up so much from this. 3 simple cards, and I'm getting a flood, literally a flood of information. Every word I speak during everything that happens around me during these readings, even away from these readings. Like I said, I'm a semiotician. I pick up everything. I absorb like a sponge. And, which is unfortunate because it's been very hard for me to learn how to block out other people's energy sometimes. So yeah. So I'm very much hermit mode, blocking people's energy from my own as much as possible because it will soil my readings if I'm not careful. I had that happen and I actually quit doing readings for a while because it was affecting my readings. And so I learned how to protect my energy much better than I used to. Anyway, the one thing that really pops out to me is, remember I was talking about people having vascular and cardiac possibly events in this healing, and notice the heart. There's a tiny heart on this card. Now that stands for bravery. Notice the laurel wreaths around the heart. That's someone that's, let me get this focused in on here and not the cards below. See, there we go. There's that little heart. This is somebody that's super brave. You know, the honey badger isn't scared of anything. But it's also like somebody getting pinned down. Like, remember I talked about that dream about that big black. See, notice the honey badger has a lot of black. That big black, what looked like a crow at first glance, it turned out it was a dragon. And there was a bunch of people standing outside, and I'd run out to video it. And the dragon was talking about, who do I choose? Who do I choose? And the dragon said, I choose you, and pointed in my general direction. There were a lot of people outside because a lot of people witnessed this. And a lady standing next to me looked over at me. He chose you. And I kind of looked at her surprised, like, what? I'm just a bystander. I didn't do nothing. I'm out of here. And I took off back into my house. Locked myself in the bathroom. I can tell you what that dream was about, somewhat. And some of it is me running around or running away from my abilities, because I have a tendency to want to negate or play down my abilities or gifts. You guys should not do that. Don't do that to yourselves. If you have them, use them. Use them for good. Use them to help us move into this new age, okay? So that's my advice to you guys. Don't run. If you're a chosen one, don't run from it, okay? I spent a lot of time running from it, and I just can't. It is what it is. And I want to use what I have to help everybody else as much as possible. And yes, I have worked on cold cases and some other things, in case anybody was wondering. So yeah, I use my gifts to try to benefit or help. That is what I want. Anyway, I digress. Anyway, somebody that has vascular heart issues is going on here, and they're talking about resting and healing from it, okay? That's also because that's a struggle, that's a battle, okay? With the pressure of fluid, right? Blood pressure. Also, this trapped. I can't help but feel like people being trapped, and that could be fire or water. Remember, that's the energy we seem to be working with right now. So that could be in the news, or could be something that you're involved with. I would still, because of the fire and water, I would still be careful around electrical equipment and water. Anything dealing with those two items anywhere near each other. Again, storms over the weekend, that's definite. Flooding, dam levee break stuff, getting trapped. That's a thing. And that's what I'm picking up. So definitely, those of you that did have a struggle or a battle with some sort of vascular heart thing, do take a break. Good organic oats. Okay. Eat as healthy as you can. And plenty of water. Okay. Plenty of water. Trying to think if there's anything else here. Grit and determination, steadfast, don't make impulsive decisions. Yeah, that's kind of the theme of the day, it would appear. I saw the cards play out in my own life. I ended up with a stick in my hand. I remember the guys kneeling in my reading, and they had a stick, and they were taking a closer look. I spent my time yesterday in one of the little gardens, raking it out because I have a bunch of bulbs that are popping, crocus daffodil, hyacinth, stuff like that is blooming right now, or starting to. And I spent time raking and pulling the dead stuff. Remember the death card, pulling the dead stuff out. And so that's how see how what I'm talking about, how these readings can be an insignificant blip to you, or it could be a big major event to you. It's just the energy depends on your timeline and your charts. Okay. Anyway, I hope this helps you for Saturday, the 4th. And remember, today I'm recording this on the 3rd. It is gateway energy. So it's like walking through a doorway and not looking back. That's the way it feels. Feels like, yeah, like we've come to the edge and it's time to move past. Anyway, I do hope you have a fantastic Saturday. I hope this reading helps guide you on the survival guide in the age of Aquarius as we turn things around from being a very me society to a we society. Anyway, have a good one, and infinite love and gratitude to all of you.